Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm building another weirdly shaped build, and as you can see it's the number 7. And at first I had just one of them and I wanted to make it 2 stories, but yeah, I couldn't just duplicate the first story. I needed to draw it again. And then I decided to put another 7 as which is like cradled by that 7, and I also put a little fountain that is shaped like the number. And yeah, as you can see, I basically had the shape done. I then just needed to actually make it into a build. And yeah, I decided that I wanted to make it into a bar just because I kind of wanted to make it into a public lot, and I thought a bar would be fun to do. And yeah, I decorated the fountain and I put down a pathway to the front door basically of the building, and then I also did the floor plan. So I put in some walls and then I put in windows and doors also inside, so you can move from the different areas. I just did like a combination. Sometimes I did the windows, sometimes I did the floor plan, just whatever I thought, okay, now I know where this goes, so I'm going to put down some windows so I know what it looks like. And I wanted different rooms in the areas in the bar because I wanted it to be like a little bit of a closed off part, so people can have like their own room basically. I thought that would be quite interesting, and also for like the noise of everything would make sense. So if you want to do a little party, you can be as loud as you want because you are in a separate room and the other people, the other guests aren't annoyed by that. So I thought that would make sense and be kind of good. And yeah, as you can see, I also did separate rooms upstairs, but I kept like the glass everywhere because I thought that would make it easier for the servers to know when they have to come into different rooms, and also just make it more open. I thought that would be quite cool if the whole thing would be really airy, and yeah, that's why I put windows basically everywhere. As you can see, they are in like every of the rooms, they have windows everywhere and so on. So yeah, it is quite open. Then I did the toilets. As you can see, I did them in the little 7, so the 7 that is cradled. The shape of the toilet stalls is actually quite interesting. That was just because I couldn't make rooms with straight lines because it wouldn't connect, so I needed to make that weird shape with the 5 corners, which actually looks quite cool, I think. And yeah, I put that down. And then I did the bar areas. There are several of them, 3 of them. And yeah, as you can see, one of them is upstairs, the other 2 downstairs. Downstairs there's one really big one and one near the kitchen area. So yeah, I put down those different areas just because I wanted to like spread everything a little bit. Just it made sense in my mind. And then I started with the tables. And I had 2 different kinds of tables. The ones, the 4-seater tables with the glass top, and the larger ones, the that are new. And yeah, I put them down in the different areas, and some of them I like put in different configurations so people can sit together and eat in really large groups. And yeah, then I put down chairs, and as you can see that it took quite a while just because there's so many tabled tables and chairs that I needed to put down. And yeah, it took a while, let's say. Then I did the kitchen area, and as you can see, I put down 4 fridges, just because I wanted to. I thought that would be a fun thing. And yeah, just because it's a professional kitchen and they need to do a lot of like food, so I really wanted it to have like a lot of things in there. And I also put down a tea and a coffee maker and um, a few dishwashers, and in that room right next to it I put down a few cabinets, or the larger ones, because that's like the area where they store things. I thought that made the most sense. And then I looked at the requirements and fulfilled them, so I still needed to put down stereos and a TV, so I have done that already. And then I put down those shelves with the bottles in the bar areas, because of course that doesn't make sense. They need something to prepare there. And then I noticed that I had forgotten some chairs, so I put them down. And I deleted the lights that I just put down so I could actually see what I'm doing, and replaced them with the like lights that I actually wanted to use. And the difference isn't much because I just used the smaller saucer lights and beforehand I had the bigger ones. And yeah, I just put them down wherever I thought that is the middle of the room, or here I needed some light again. And then I moved on to the walls, and as you can see I put down those stone walls. I thought that would look really cool. And then I did the roof because I wanted to color in the outside as well. And I noticed that I hadn't put down a roof on the second floor. I had one on the first floor on that part, but not on the second one. And then I colored everything in that color, in that stone wallpaper, or just stone. Then I did some fountains in the fountain area and some lights everywhere, so the pathway is lit up and you can actually see where you're going. And I also put down some trees, some landscaping, just because I wanted the outside to be finished. And as you can see, I chose the pink and rosy trees and some of those like evergreen trees as well. I thought the combination would be quite cool and also fit nicely with the stone that I had chosen. And then I started decorating. I'm putting down some of those wine bottles and some clutter items in the kitchen. As you can see, the knives, for example, and also near the bar area. And then I did some wall decoration, and I decided that that sign would be like the logo of the bar, so I put that down. And I also put down some mirrors in the bathroom and some paintings on the walls. And then I had just like one major thing left to do, except decking out the whole area with the logo of the bar, and that was the plants and also the walls inside. So I hadn't painted them yet because I didn't quite know what color I wanted them to be, so that was still left to do. But first I did the plants everywhere, and yeah, as you can see, I put down at every table, I put one down, and I then put some in like the different corners that were empty. And I decided on the blue pot for that large plant. I really like that pot, but you can't really use it all that often because it is quite a like intense color. But I already knew that I wanted that color to be on the wall anyway, so it fit right in. And I decided on that color because it matched really well with the sign that I had, and I thought the combination would look quite cool and interesting. And as you can see, I had to put down the color like in on every wall that is inside, and that was quite a challenge actually, because it was difficult to like notice which wall didn't have the paint on. And then I was finished. Now you can see some screenshots of the build. I hope you like it. You can download it from the gallery. My ID is TGG Sims, same as my YouTube channel name. I also hope that you liked the video and will consider pressing the thumbs up button and subscribing. Thanks very much for watching and have a great week. Bye!